If you are single and you are sexually active, enjoy yourself as it is. Do all the hanging that you want to do because when it comes to marriage, these are reasons why sex feels boring, especially in marriage. All right, and number one on my list is because it is usually done at night for most couples, especially for civil servants or all these 9 to 5 workers. It is done at night. When they go out in the morning, they come back at night, and even most times sef they come back tired and they would want to sleep. They would just want to sleep off and rejuvenate themselves because they are already stressed from work. All right, so you find out that it is usually done at night. In the morning they are trying to meet up with work, traffic, hold up and all of that. Some are even going to drop their children in school, so they will meet up to drop their children in school and also meet up for work. So you see, it's usually done at night. That is why it feels boring. That time that they are dating, it will not always be like that. All right, it is not always like that. So if you are someone that maybe you got married hoping that you want to be, hoping that you are going to be, getting it all the time, just have this at the back of your mind that marriage comes with responsibility, and that includes working, providing financially for both the man and the woman. All right, so that snacking, that sex will not be that there will not be fire. For most people, there will not be that fire again because you have to get to work. All right, that is for civil servants. But even if you have a business, you will still want to meet up with your business too, unless you want to just do it nonchalantly, unless you just want to do it anyhow. If you still have your own shop or your own business, you will still have to prepare for work, prepare your children, go early, but you will not compare it with when you are having a 9 to 5. So that is why I said especially for civil servants, because as a boss you can always have time to, if you have sales personnel or people that are working for you, you can always tell them, okay, take care of the shop, take care of my work, I'm coming. All right, or if you have a shop, you can even lock your shop, tell your neighbors that you are coming, that your wife or your husband need you, you just go and do quick and come back. But when it comes to 9 to 5, it's usually boring. It's usually boring. I will not lie to you, it is usually boring, and that is my number one. Number two on my list is it is usually done on bed. Let me tell you, as a single man and as a single woman, if you are maybe sexually active, which I don't preach about fornication, all right, but if you are single and you are sexually active, enjoy yourself as it is. Do all the hanging that you want to do, because when it comes to marriage, you will do it on the bed most times. Let me just say that some people, when they come to marriage, they forget to spicing it up. They now make bed their only place of pleasure park. Yes, some husbands, some wives, some couples, whenever they get married, they want to always make the bed their only pleasure park, their only pleasure bus stop, or their only pleasure station, which is not supposed to be. Because of responsibility or different things, they begin to forget that it's not supposed to be like that. If you have dated or if you were in the dating game, you had fun, you will play with your woman, you will play with your man, but whenever you get married, you now make the bed your only place of pleasure. You cannot do it in the parlor again, you cannot do it in the kitchen again, you cannot do it in the toilet again, in the bedroom. You now want to be doing it only on bed. You now become holier than thou, you now become unteachable, even when you know it before. Some people, they know all these things before they got married, but now they want to make their wife and make the bed suffer it. They want to make the bed suffer it. They want to make their, they want to make their sex life so boring, and it's not supposed to be like that. All right, so that is why it is usually boring, because if you remember that you are still going back to the bed too, you remember that you are still going back to the bed to do it, all right, you will become you will not even feel it again. You will not even feel it, because that is now your only place of pleasure. Whenever you remember that it is the bed, back to the bed, and let's go to the bed. Maybe you are even in the sitting room, nobody's around, but because you have positioned your mind, you have this what is it called, your mindset have just been, okay, it must be on the bed. You always run back to the bed, all right, and that makes it boring. It makes it boring. And that is my number two. Number three on my list is it is always rushed. Because, for instance, you have kids, you want to meet up with your kids, maybe they just come, you don't want them to barge in on you, so you want to be rushing it with your partner. You don't want them to come and interrupt you. You want to be doing it anyhow, you want to be rushing it. Sometimes when you are even doing it with your partner, they may even just come and say, start knocking, daddy or mommy, they'll be knocking. Maybe you are on top of your woman, they'll be knocking. Sometimes, because you want to give them attention, you'll be rushing it. Sometimes you may not even reach that climax, and sometimes you force yourself to quickly reach climax, to quickly come, so that they will not come and interrupt you. You'll be rushing to quickly release, and sometimes you may not even enjoy it. Even though say you come, you did not really enjoy it. All right, so that is why it is usually boring. Kids can make it to be boring. Once you start bearing kids, it will become boring, because you have to give them adequate attention. All right, and that is my number three. Number four and last on my list is you book appointments to knack and even plan towards it. All right, you book appointment to knack and even plan towards it, including planning on how to manage the kids, before the time. If he's trying to put them on bed at night, if he's how or who is going to stay with them. That is, if you have some people around. Doing all these things makes it boring. Planning towards knacking makes it boring. There is no spontaneity in it, there is no surprise in it, there is no he caught me unawares, he shifted my you know there is no he caught me unawares, there is no he shifted my pants. There is no all this surprise in it, because you have to plan on how to manage the kids before the appointed time of knack with your partner. So all this planning makes it boring, and makes you already have it in mind that you are going to do it. Having it in mind already that you are going to do it will make it to be boring, and that is on 100. There is no two ways about that. You get, you will not even feel it. It's just like when somebody tickle you from behind that you are not expecting it. You know how it feels. But now when you know that somebody is coming to tickle you, you are going to hold yourself. You are not even going to feel it that much. You understand? You are just going to be prepared. That is how that is what happens. And that is how it happens when it comes to planning for knacking. So that planning for couples makes it boring. Honestly, it makes it boring. How about tomorrow? Let's try and put these kids to bed. Okay, all of that, it makes it boring. And that is it on this one. Thank you so much for watching. I remember I'm Self Chika. Please stay tuned to my channel as I bring you tips for a healthy lifestyle. All right, see you in my next one.